Uh, don't think Tori will be able to do his weeklies with me. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. For now, that doesn't matter. What does matter is hello everyone. I am Mimix the Idiot. Welcome back to Genshin Impact. And now we are doing the Ningguang story, dating, sim, whatever. Much like with Beidou, where we cannot teleport to the Crux, we can teleport to that other place. For reasons that should be obvious, we're probably gonna be visiting that place a lot, aren't we? Before we begin, though, I got stuff I need to do. Unfinished business, if you may. It's what really well. Let's do our last daily commission here first as well. Let me switch out to a more appropriate team. Since it's the new week, I was finally able to spend my money, and look at that. I did not know how, but I had like 1 million, and now it's not 1 million. So I spent way more than I should have, but what can I say? I'm impatient. Right, this doesn't really matter anymore. Let's just get this over with.
Please speak to President Sung.
Yeah, gliding with this is so much more faster. Right, I'm just gonna teleport to Liwa. Also, I was in a hurry, so I spent some of my resin, but I should still be able to do my weekly bosses today. Right, let's see what's in here. Oh, look at that. There's no way people can finish building stuff like this fast in just one day. I need Just came back from the showers, and as usual, I'm all sniffly. All this sniffling's just ruining all my makeup. Cool. So, quest is done, I take it. Right, let me just go claim my daily commission rewards and get that reputation award, whatever, out of my face. And then let's begin. Yeah, I'm recording right now, right?
Ad Astra Abyss. Thank you for completing today's.
I think they overcompensated, yeah. When you compare the Ad Astra to the thank you, the loudness is like night and day. I have no idea where I'm going. What is the bounty? They might not be a bad place to do my weekly bounties and stuff. I'll deal with that later for now, though. For now, let's begin this.
How relaxing.
There's still a bit of an audio issue. Like for some reason, the filters really don't like it when you laugh. That's really annoying. You know, I'm gonna turn off the noise suppression as well. If the game's super loud and the mic catches it as well, then well, fuck me, I guess. It's like there was a part where I was laughing a lot, like when like with the 7 shenanigan that happened. But yeah, apparently that wasn't heard. Or it was rather, more accurately, it was cancelled out. An achievement. Forgot about this. Oops. I got that just a little while ago. There's only one for Ningguang. What is happening here?
Huh? It looks like all our problems are solved. Welcome to the Jade Chamber.
Oh, great. I have no idea what we would have done otherwise.
I would want some
I
context.
didn't think we'd really manage to get you here.
What?
This was a last-minute situation, and you're the one we trust the most.
Can anyone tell me what's going on?
To put it simply, we are just looking for the right person to help. We had a very long discussion about it, but to no avail. I have tasked my 3 most trusted secretaries with overseeing an important auction tomorrow. This, however, leaves their regular duties unattended to, and the work cannot afford to go undone. The nature of their day-to-day work is highly sensitive and confidential, So whomever I ask to fill in needs to be someone I can trust, and who doesn't have a conflict of interest.
So, I'm the one for the job.
Yes,
I don't want to do
you
paperwork.
were the person who came to mind. We may not have spent a great deal of time together, but I do place a great deal of trust in you.
I'm flattered,
To me,
I
this
guess.
work is highly sensitive and of utmost importance, though I'm sure you'll find it to be mundane at best. It would not surprise me if you can't bear the tedium or can't make the time. And yet, despite this, I thought it could do no harm to ask the question, on the off chance that you are interested. As it happens, I was just having a discussion on backup plans with my secretaries before you arrived.
But the outcome of that discussion was that we couldn't think of a suitable alternative. This is a good reminder that we should always have a contingency plan for everything.
What?
Anyway,
That's really
this may
not
add to the debt of
necessary, I
gratitude
feel.
I owe you.
Honestly.
But the fact is, your arrival here has rescued what was fast becoming a rather dire situation indeed.
I mean, I guess I'll do it. How about compensation? Can we talk about that?
I wouldn't worry. It's all work you'll be quite familiar with. Planning trips, gathering pertinent information, that sort of thing. All basic skills required by competent adventurers, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, why not? I mean, I don't actually do any of those. I sort of just go where the wind leads. But yeah, sure. I'm totally a very meticulous and well planned out adventurer.
If you have any questions about your work, I will answer them shortly. The administrative work Lady Ningguang touched upon just now is only one aspect. You'll also be required to cater for Lady Ningguang's basic daily needs, such as clothing and meals, and be on call for any other requests she may have.
Maybe I should bring in Noelle.
Don't be mistaken. I won't put you in a difficult position, and I will fully respect your judgment. All right. Please proceed to the office. Bai Shi will go over the work with you in more detail.
Yes, Lady Ningguang. Okay, let's go.
Oh boy. This is actually about what I expected.
Before I get into specifics, I want to start by giving you the big picture. As a member of the Liyue Qixing, Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. Maintaining her perfect image at all times is absolutely essential. My usual job is to be her right hand, to maintain her image and take care of all her worries. For example, arranging her daily schedule, picking out clothes for her, dressing her, applying her perfume.
You're really creepy right now.
You misunderstand me. I am simply trying to impress upon you the sheer importance of the work you will be undertaking.
Yeah, that just sounds to me like you're being a pervert.
Bai Shi has always been very passionate about her work. I can leave any task in her capable hands, and rest assured that her performance will be nothing short of exemplary. I'm sure she was simply trying to share some of her enthusiasm, in the hopes that you may find it infectious.
Well, I find it creepy.
Thank you, Lady Ningguang. Back to the topic at hand. Let's get into the details. Bai Xiao and Bai Wen handle tasks that require enormous experience, while I'm mainly responsible for organizing her daily schedule and making sure she is well fed, dressed for any occasion, and that all her needs are met. I can go through the methods I use and give you some pointers based on my experience to ensure that you are fully equipped to perform your duties.
I think I can do this on my own.
All in a day's work for the traveler, hmm? Great, then I'll skip that and just get to the handover of duties.
Man,
Currently, there are 133 items that have yet to be scheduled, 17 of which are high importance, and
you lost me at 133.
Yes, I did try to make a start in advance, but only got as far as roughly prioritizing the tasks before I ran out of time. I'll go through the most important items with you in more detail. If there's anything you don't understand, feel free to stop me with questions at any point.
Oh no.
First is the periodic meeting with the representatives of the 8 trades. After that, fielding opinions on revisions to the current tax legislation. Then, a discussion with Lady Kuching on issues relating to time restrictions on land conveyance deals. Following that, there's a Q&A session with all the major commerce guilds.
Hold on, please. I'm still writing them down.
Right after that, there's...
Come on, please.
Yes, you do. To the uninitiated, scheduling may sound like a simple process of matching tasks to time slots, but there is actually far more to it than that.
Why would anyone believe scheduling is simple? I have a schedule, although I'm not really following it nowadays since it's not too useful, but...
You need to take travel time into account, along with a whole spectrum of potential issues that can arise. Ample knowledge of all outside factors that may weigh upon your Plan A is essential to devise a workable contingency plan. I assume this is all making sense. Unless you had any other questions at this point?
How much longer are you gonna do this?
Good. Then let's press on. We're tight on time here, and there's a lot to get through. And we still need to leave enough time for you to prepare Lady Ningguang's schedule.
Can't I have, there's 3 of you. Can't I at least have 2 other people with me?
Already? Wow. You're a fast learner. Very good. This will be much more efficient.
Yeah, I'm handling.
Wonderful.
I'm coping.
Then I'll be counting on you to provide my schedule for tomorrow.
I'm coping.
I'm grateful for your assistance. Now, I will leave you here in peace to proceed with your work. I still have a few items from today's schedules that need addressing. If anything else is unclear, you can ask Bai Shi.
I better be paid handsomely for this.
Take care, Lady Ningguang.
Let's work hard, I guess. Eat, wash, change, meet. Whoa, chow. 3 informants. Yeah, pavilion. Light meal. What? Oh god.
Good. You factored in both priority and efficiency, and produced a rigorous and well-structured schedule. You've clearly considered it from every angle.
What can I say? I fucking do this all the time, like god damn it. I'm actually trying to schedule less and less, honestly. It's a fallacy, you know? You spend too much time scheduling rather than actually doing. You could have done so much more if you just did things as they went rather than wasting time making all that rigorous scheduling.
Excellent work. You've got quite a knack for this.
I'm a little exhausted now, though.
Please be here at the Jade Chamber tomorrow morning before
They
Lady
don't
Ningguang
care.
wakes up and start preparing based on the schedule. With you helping out here, we will be able to focus fully on the auction. It will be quite a complicated affair.
Oh boy, I hope everything goes well tomorrow.
I hope so too. You must be exhausted. Make sure you get an early night tonight.
I am doing 3 persons worth of work right now. How am I supposed to cope with this? Well then. Looks like we've got our work ahead of us. Ah man, if Rosario were here, she'd be really pissed. at all this labor. No doubt. Yo.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well?
I slept well enough.
That's good. I was worried you'd be a little uncomfortable. Now then, the schedule. Let's see what you have for me today. Item 1. Lunch at Lioli Pavilion with Miss Lua Chiao. Ah, yes. I remember the invitation. I need to make sure I'm well prepared for this.
Who is that person?
No, someone I've never met before. Today's lunch will be our first time meeting each other.
This is one of those fancy lunches, isn't it?
She's paying a high price for my time, and I intend to make sure she gets her money's worth. Otherwise, tens of millions of mora is rather a high price for a lunch, even one at Lioli Pavilion. Wouldn't you say?
Excuse me?
That's right. Even at this price, there is no shortage of people willing to pay for a lunch opportunity with me.
Jeez.
To be clear, I've never had any hand in setting the price. I too was rather surprised to see it become so expensive.
She really is Elon Musk.
Time is very valuable to me, so when I first came up with the idea, I made a rule that my time would go to the highest bidder. Gradually, it developed into a lucrative business.
Bruh.
Yes, that sums it up very well. Most people looking to buy my time are business people who believe that whatever they spend now, they will make back several times over in due course. Naturally,
hungry.
for anyone looking to make a profit in a complex market, the bottom line is having the requisite experience and expertise. All I can do for them is share whatever insight I may have. As for how much my insight is worth in terms of mora, everyone has their own idea. There is no standardized way to measure something like this.
I don't want to be a rich person.
You're a very lucky person, you know. You get to sit in on this lunch for free.
Oh yeah, I am feeling real. I'm feeling real special right now. I'm feeling real, what's the word for it? Based. Real. Come on, why can't I remember the word? Real special. Real lucrative. Real independent. No, that doesn't make sense. Whatever.
In the hands of a professional business person, the kind of information you'll be exposed to would be worth, well, tens of millions of mora.
I'm pretty sure I won't ever be able to apply them ever in my entire lifespan.
There's no need to be nervous, of course. Now, let's have some breakfast before we leave.
I'm sure Paimon's real excited with all this. Or maybe now she's rethinking things. Hopefully it's the latter. We don't need the high life. Oh, we're having lunch here.
Did you organize this entire breakfast?
Oh wait, this is breakfast. Whoops. I just scheduled.
Uh-huh. I know what's going on then. Please, sit. Have a taste of the Jade Chamber's chef's cooking. This kind of food tastes far less satisfying if left out for too long.
Itadakimasu.
What
Sue
do
is
you
usually
think?
silent in Japanese.
Is the food to your liking?
I say it fully just to annoy people. This is quite the breakfast.
Oh, don't forget we have a lunch later. Save some space, or you might miss out on some even better food. Still, I'm happy to see that you approve of my culinary tastes.
Paimon agrees.
On occasion. Usually everyone is too busy for a leisurely sit-down meal. There is an awful lot to get done most of the time. Breakfast also isn't usually so lavish, hence my surprise when we got here. I actually thought you had cooked it all yourself.
I mean, I can cook, but like,
Relax, I'm just joking. Baishar probably made arrangements yesterday to add a few extra dishes to the breakfast menu.
a little too extra, I'd say. She didn't have to. Really didn't have to.
You willingly took this work on, knowing that it would be tedious, and you have worked diligently. My secretaries and I are very grateful to you. Treating you to some food is but a small token of our appreciation.
Yeah, you know what would be better than food?
Breakfast sets the tone for the rest of the day. You can't compromise on it.
Not really. You can go without breakfast, honestly. It's a waste of time.
If you wake up to the same monotonous meal each day, you will start to feel fatigued even before you start working.
Nah. I have nothing but I have Milo and oatmeal for breakfast every single day. It isn't monotonous at all for breakfast. It is rather a steadfast like stone, you know. It's something that you know, you expect, and you can look forward to it. And you'll know it, and I can't find the proper words right now. God damn it, my English is failing me. And also, again, yeah, if you make breakfast this grand, it's just gonna be an even bigger waste of time.
Well, I'm done eating. We should get ready, then head off to Liali Pavilion. I have some preparations to make first. Could you bring my clothes to my room, please?
Wait, what?
I need a change of mood, and a change of clothes will facilitate that. Who knows? Perhaps you will have a completely different impression of me after I change outfits. I already instructed Longyang to have my outfit ready. You can fetch it from her.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll be in my room.
I kind of have a guess.
Hello, how may I help?
Where's Ningguang's other clothes?
Ah, yes, of course. Please wait a moment. I'll go and get them. Here you are. Please give this to Lady Ningguang.
Oh, sure. Never mind, it's gone. I wanted to mention, there hasn't been a single music playing so far. Kinda nice, I guess. But, yeah, is there really no OST for this place? Anyway,
Yes,
it took a
this
while.
whole room is full of Lady Ningguang's personal items. Not just clothes either. There are all kinds of jewelry and ornaments. Lady Ningguang asked us to rearrange this room recently. We're currently right in the middle of that, so everything's in a bit of a mess. That's why it took me a little time to find this for you.
Duh. I don't want to know further.
Anyway, you can take it now. Thanks for coming to pick it up. Please take this garment to Lady Ningguang. Thank you.
Alright, that was a waste of time. She was just tanking.
Did you get it?
It's here.
Ah, this is the one. Please, wait for a moment.
Oh.
I had this specially tailored recently, and I must say, I'm really rather fond of it.
they Mioyo really fucking made that entire new outfit just because of this dating sim the ending.
What do you think? Be honest. I just want to know your first impression.
Where's your Geo vision?
Phew. Thank you. I was actually a little nervous.
I have no sense of fashion, girl. I have no idea whether or not someone looks good or not.
Knowing that it has your seal of approval makes me feel much more self-confident.
I see.
If you're second-guessing how you look, you can forget about looking glamorous. Even the finest garments in the world would look out of place on you.
What?
That's why your affirmation matters so much to me. All right, let's head to Liali Pavilion.
That is part of being a good listener. I haven't talked about that at all. I wrote a little bit about it in my diary, and I guess I just sort of forgot about it. And like, yeah, I talked enough in my diary. You guys can just read it. Except I don't have my diary available for the public. I should find a way to make it available for the public. Normally, normally people writing diaries don't want other people reading them, but I'm just the opposite. I think writing for yourself is a waste of time. Why write something no one will ever read, even yourself? Because if you've written it, you're not gonna write. If you've written it, you're not gonna read it. Because you wrote it, you already read it. It was in your mind before it was on paper. Now this is traveling in style. Or as Woody would say, now we're falling with style. Now look at that, that's actually quite nice. We're here. Oh yeah, only shattered 975 bones there. A new record.
Lady Ningguang.
Hola.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
No, not at all. I know that you have 1,000 different things to do each day. I'm very grateful for any amount of time you can spare for me.
Also, it's already nighttime. This is dinner, not lunch.
Great.
I blame Genshin for having
Well,
too fast of a
let's
time.
leave the formalities aside from now on and make this just a friendly chat. This is the Traveler. I'm assuming you've heard of her. She happened to be in Liyue Harbor today, so I invited her to come along. It's a rare opportunity to dine with her, too. Do you mind if she sits with us?
No, not at all. On the contrary, I'm honored. What a surprise to be dining with the illustrious Traveler, too.
It's a little white lie.
I've always
But
been
technically the
fascinated by
truth.
you and your adventures.
I have truth.
There's so many questions I'd love to ask you.
Oh, apparently I'm the one being asked questions now as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? I forgot to introduce myself. Look at me, getting all overexcited. I'm Luo Qiao, a businesswoman. I work mostly in the textile business, but recently I've been considering branching out into some other markets. That's what I wanted to ask Lady Ningguang for some advice about. I didn't know there'd be a surprise guest involved, too.
What can you say? It's just one of the wonders of fate.
So, the rumors are true then.
This little thing we call coincidence, or fate, as some might prefer to call it by. Well, some people hate the word fate, so let's just say coincidence.
Rumors? About what exactly?
Yeah, well, what the
You
fuck's
know.
that all about?
The rumors about the two of you, Lady Ningguang and the Traveler, having a closer than average relationship.
Historians would say we're just really, really close friends.
You haven't heard?
How? How is such a thing even possible?
Come on. You must know that Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. That obviously includes her relationships. And if you didn't have some sort of special relationship, why would she invite you to this lunch right after finding out that you were back in Liyue Harbor?
I don't remember having any moments where this sort of rumor could start spreading. Probably just some tabloid guys trying to make a bigger deal of things than it actually is, just to get attention and money.
Interesting. Yes, we do have a special relationship, but I don't see anything unusual about
I was
it.
expecting Ningguang would step in for this.
The Traveler is a national hero in Liyue whose actions have directly contributed toward the prosperity we enjoy today. Even putting aside my official status as one of the Liyue Qixing, I admire her on a personal level too.
Admire me enough to make me do fucking grind work.
Oh, yes. Oh, there
It
was
isn't
nothing
too
unusual
different from
about
the
it
stuff
at
I
all.
usually do
I was
already
just observing
anyway.
that Lady Ningguang now seems to have a second interesting character in her innermost circle. The first one being the captain.
Beidou.
You're comparing apples and sunsettias there. Whenever Beidou returns to Liyue Harbor, all she brings me is a headache.
No. People will just claim you're tsundere.
I've missed out on a number of extremely promising investment opportunities thanks to her. In fact, the timing is always so suspiciously coincidental, I can't help but wonder if she's doing it on purpose.
Investment opportunities? Oh, do you mean the luminescent spine business? I hear that's been all the rage recently.
No, something else. All the talk about luminescent spines is just empty hype.
Oh, but isn't there some new technology from Fontaine that needs lots of luminescent spines to make it work?
Those things are useless.
If it were really that profitable, those in the know would have kept it as quiet as possible. You have to wonder, if the news is spreading like wildfire, who's fanning the flames? I had my secretary do some analysis. The current price of luminescent spines far exceeds the profits that could be made on the end product. So I would advise you to be cautious.
I see. Well, I was planning to get your opinion on how to get started in that business.
In my opinion, there are many people around with ulterior motives, making this a very risky business to enter into in the short term. Long term, it's very difficult to say, but I believe there's too much uncertainty to make it worth your investment. You worked hard to earn every more you own, and you should be just as careful spending it as you were making it.
Sounds fancy enough. I'm just gonna ignore the fact that it mostly just sounds like lip service to me.
You think so too, huh?
Yeah, should be careful with these things though still. Although it's pretty general advice. You could have gotten it from other people. I hope the fact that even Ningguang's saying it means something for ya.
Got it. If that's what both of you think, I'll take my time and not rush into anything. Maybe it'd be a better choice to invest this money into an industry that I'm genuinely interested in getting involved with.
That is a very good idea. Oh boy.
Lady Ningguang,
Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. I didn't know how much we'd get through, but you've answered every question I wanted to ask.
Thank God.
Good. I'm glad I could be of some help.
Now I see why you were able to become the most successful business person in Liyue Harbor. You think clearly, you are very knowledgeable, and you keep yourself well informed. It would take me a very long time to come anywhere close to your level.
You've been listening for a while. Are you getting bored?
Sure. No. Maybe. Something.
Has it sparked an interest in the business world for you?
I really don't want to. But, I mean, with all this knowledge, why not, right?
Ah, so you want to be my competitor. Well then, I suppose I'll have to start looking over my shoulder. Or how about this? I'll invest in you early on, before you make it big.
That sounds like a terrible idea, trust me.
I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you. This lunch was everything I was hoping for and more.
If I were
can't
a
wait to
stock
try out everything
in the
I've learned.
stock market, I would always be a net negative. Like, way down in the net negative.
See you next time. I'll look forward to hearing good news from you soon.
Ah, what a lovely view of her fucking waist.
Right then. Lunch is over. I assume you have something planned next? Although...
Again, this was a dinner.
I'm a little concerned about the auction. I wonder how my secretarial trio is getting along.
I'm sure they're doing fine.
Yes, you're right. Whatever happens, they can handle it.
Meanwhile, the auction's currently on flames.
In that case, what's next on the schedule? Ah, okay then. Yes, it's been some time since I last caught up with them. Let's go to Mingxing Jewelry first. I need to pick up something before meeting them.
Oh boy. Okay, so I'm starting to understand now why Ningguang decided to turn rebuilding the Jade Chamber as a competition. Or rather, I understand why she made such a rather terrible idea. They're not the best at doing these things. Oh boy,
Hello.
I know.
I'm here to collect the item I handed in for repair.
Ah, Lady Ningguang. One moment, please. I'll fetch it immediately.
And now it's the next day.
Very good.
Amazing.
Don't rush now. Please, handle it with care.
Is this important for what we're about to do next?
Yes, and no. You probably imagine that Mingxing Jewelry deals exclusively in expensive luxury goods.
Not really.
The workers here are very skilled, so I like to come to them when I need something custom made.
I want some skyflakes.
This time, though, I just had them do a simple repair. The item is quite ordinary. In fact, the cost of the repair was more than the item was ever worth.
Lady Ningguang, your comb has been fixed. Please inspect it and see whether you're satisfied with our work. We did everything we could to restore it to its original condition. You'll still see a few marks on there, though. This was unavoidable because of how badly damaged the item was.
That's fine. Thank you for your hard work.
It really is just it's just a comb.
Yes, though it is something very precious to one of my informants. It reminds her of her mother.
Oh, I see.
My informants often provide me with extremely important information. It's only fair that I endeavor to meet any requests they have in return. Trust is of far greater importance than profit in the relationship between me and my informants. It's understandable to think that way, and in the vast majority of cases, you'd be completely right. But things are a little different with these particular informants. Mora doesn't get you very far with this crowd.
There's like a saying regarding trust, like trust earned through money is something. I don't know. I forget. Really shady, and you shouldn't trust them still anyway.
And this only makes me all the more excited to meet with them. Thank you for the repair, Xingxi. This is a great help.
Oh, don't mention it. It's always a pleasure, Lady Ningguang.
Let's go and meet them.
Nani?
Auntie Ningguang! Hi, Auntie Ningguang!
Hello, my dears. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Oh my.
Yes, indeed. And they are some of my most reliable helpers and friends. I didn't want to involve them in intelligence gathering for me at first, but they, on the other hand, were so enthusiastic about the idea that I thought it couldn't hurt to try. I treated it as a little game between us.
And so far?
It turned out that they delivered the goods and thoroughly enjoyed themselves while they were at it. So, it was a win-win. So, fill me in. How have you all been doing?
Great! Mom and Dad have taken me on loads of cool trips recently. It's been loads of fun. But you didn't do your homework, did you? Yeah, but it's not my fault. You still gotta try. Like teacher says, Liyue Harbor is in a new age now, and we've got a really important part to play.
No
This
shit.
new age started after that great battle, you know.
Why would I not know it had such a huge impact, Sophia? Why would you not know it had such a huge impact? It was quite literally a Genshin impact. Badum. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna stop now.
Well, this is a dramatic change, unique in all of the millennia of Liyue's history. Everyone is eager to do their part and make their mark in the age of humanity. What about you, Nan Nan? You haven't said anything yet, and you're looking a little unhappy.
I'm fine. Just don't know what to say.
Oh yeah, I just remembered. A load of really big boats came into the harbor the day before yesterday. Yeah, that's right. All the merchants were there, and it was really noisy. And then the people on the boat started unloading all these crates. There was a salty kind of fishy smell in the air. Ugh.
Oh, I see. That'll be the fishing boats coming back from the open ocean. How much cargo were they carrying? Remember, I taught you how you can tell.
Yep, I made sure to look at the waterline, just like you said. They looked really full this time.
My goodness. Well, it sounds like they made quite a big catch.
How so? How'd you figure?
The heavier the boat, the lower the hull sits in the water. So you can tell how heavily loaded a vessel is from the height of the waterline. How deep a fully loaded vessel will sit in the water varies from ship to ship. But it's something you can tell from experience, at least for the kinds of vessels you see regularly.
Since Auntie Ningguang taught me how to do it, I can tell with just one look.
Aren't you a very smart boy?
A few days ago, I heard some people saying that a big merchant from Fontaine is coming soon to buy luminescent spines. They said that when they get here, the price will go up a lot.
Oh boy.
Oh, really? Who did you hear this from? Do you remember what they looked like?
No, I don't remember.
All right, never mind. So, how about what they said? Do you remember their exact words?
I don't remember that either. Sorry.
Are you okay? You're usually the one that talks the most. What's gotten into you today?
It's okay. Don't be upset. Actually, I brought you a little something to cheer you up. How about that, hmm?
Comb.
It's my comb. You remembered.
Of course I did. If I make you a promise, I will always keep it.
Thank you, Auntie Ningguang. Thank you so much.
It was just a small favor, really. Nothing to get overexcited about.
But they said you'd be too busy to remember about a boring old comb.
They?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I kind of figured the comb had something to do with her current mood.
It's all right. Don't worry. There just seems to be some kind of misunderstanding here. Why don't you take this opportunity to clear it up? Don't you think that'd be best?
Yeah, Auntie Ningguang's not gonna blame you.
I'm sorry. I told you a lie. That thing about the luminescent spines wasn't something I heard. Two people came and told me to say it to you.
Uh-huh.
I told them I didn't want to lie to Auntie Ningguang, but, they told me you'd forgotten all about the comb, and I didn't know how to argue with them.
Sly devils they are. Will they misunderstand? No, that's not the correct word. They underestimate Ningguang.
Then they bought me a new comb, and I'm sorry. I'll give them the comb back right away. No comb is better than the one you helped get fixed for me.
I know how much it means to you. It was a gift from your mom before she left Liyue Harbor, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I'll be extra careful with it from now on. When Mom gets back, she'll be so sad if she finds out I broke it.
I must say, this is most intriguing.
Someone's trying to make you look bad.
How about this? You tell me where those two people are, and I'll take the comb back to them for you. Sound good?
Okay. They're over at the docks. They said I should go and meet them when I finished the mission.
All right then. Don't worry, it'll all be fine. I'll be right back.
Are you gonna go punish the bad guys?
Now, this is a grown-up situation, okay? It's not fun and games anymore. And don't try and follow me. I'm just going to have a polite discussion with those two grown-ups about what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do.
Yeah, shame on them. Using children. How much lower can one get? Man, this is gonna be another 2.5 hour video long, isn't it? I wish our weekly sessions lasted this long.
If you told us sooner, we would have figured out that it's a lie. Yeah, all three of us together makes a pretty smart group.
3 heads are better than 1.
I got it. Thanks.
Have a little faith. That is always importante.
The well got polluted.
Hey there.
Adventurers, think you can last around?
That guy's still talking about polluted fucking canals? So.
You think that kid's gonna fluff her lines? Also, let's be honest, this is a new low for us.
Yes, I know. But we didn't have any other options. Try not to overthink it, okay? Nanan's one of Ningguang's most trusted informants.
He sure is.
Ningguang adores that kid. She's not gonna get all suspicious just because her story doesn't quite add up.
It sounds like you underestimated me. And the children as well.
Lady Ningguang?
You knew how important that comb was to Nan Nan, and you exploited that fact to emotionally manipulate her. You coached a child to lie, made her betray her own innocence and confuse her conscience. Do you not realize how contemptible that is?
Sorry, Lady Ningguang. We never should have crossed you like this.
That's not the point. Business is business, and at some point we're all trying to get the better of one another. So if all you'd done is fool me by feeding me false information, I'd make a loss, and that would be the end of it. But you cannot put Mora above all else. You cannot go exploiting children for profit. Do you have any idea just how much damage that will cause?
It was hardly our first choice either. We were only acting out of necessity.
Really now?
We've been business partners for years now. We've gotten by, I guess, but never had any opportunities to expand. When we heard about the movement in the luminescent spine market, we thought to heck with it. Let's go all in on this one, see if we don't get lucky for once. So we stocked up a huge stash of luminescent spines and watched as the price went up and up. We thought this was gonna be it. We were gonna make our fortune.
I mean, if you're not rising and you're not falling either, I'd say that's a good enough thing. This isn't urgent. You guys have only yourselves to blame. Yeah, I still don't remember the word for it. Like with breakfast, like how I said with breakfast. Fucking Lenora said it in Castlevania before she fucking died. Like something about how vampires, because they live a long life, they try to strive for whatever the fuck she said.
But we waited and waited, and this mystery merchant from Fontaine never came. More and more people started to suspect it was all a huge scam. Suddenly, everyone with luminescent spines was running for the exit, selling as fast as they could, but we had so much inventory that no one was willing to buy it.
Oh yeah! As soon as Lady Ningguang makes a move, everyone follows her lead, and the price takes a steep hike. If we don't sell the goods, we're both bankrupt. We're in debt up to our eyeballs. We just didn't have any other choices.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
To be brutally honest, we took out a loan and made a speculative investment is not a sob story.
Yeah, have nothing but yourselves to blame.
But not everyone has the capability to make rational decisions. Greed, a lust for wealth, and impatience can all cloud your judgment. Do you now realize how dire the consequences of wild speculation can be?
100%. We've both barely slept in days. We begged people to take our stock off our hands. They laughed at us, called us idiots, thought it was all hilarious.
We messed up. Completely and catastrophically messed up. The savings we worked so hard our whole lives to build up, decimated just like that. All we want now is a chance to start over.
Yeah, using children isn't exactly the best way to do that.
Well, I can take your luminescent spines off your hands, but we will need a detailed contract. The portion of what I pay that exceeds the average price of luminescent spines in the past, you will have to pay back to me by some means in our future business dealings.
Alone.
Huh? But that means our profit is zero.
Then you're free to find another willing buyer. But if you're seriously still insisting on turning a profit under these circumstances, I'm afraid you're beyond redemption.
Lady Ningguang is right. Let's swap the goods for cash and use it to pay off our debts and be done with it. This is a lifeline and we should be grateful for it. Forget about making money.
Yes, you're right.
I have no particular need for luminescent spines, but I'm quite sure I can uncover a market for it with a little research.
Okay, so, shall we get this deal done now, or?
No need to hurry. Our deal is hardly the urgent matter here. Atoning for your transgressions is the main order of business. You took advantage of a child, and you are coming with me to make a full and unreserved apology. This is an opportunity for you to show remorse.
Oh, okay.
Come on. Let's go back and see the children.
It's already nighttime again.
All tasks have been handed out.
And I really hate how padded out most of the story events and stuff in Genshin really is. They have no right to be this long, and yet they are, and that really bugs me. I've seen it as
We're
a problem
back.
ever since I
Everything's
started
all
doing this
sorted.
story. They like padding out things for absolutely no reason, and I hate it. If this is some sort of money-making tactic, I hate it.
Huh? Oh, it's those two.
I'm sorry, Nan Nan. I was lying to you when I told you that Lady Ningguang wouldn't fix your comb. I was completely in the wrong, and I promise I'll never do anything like this again. Can you find it in your heart to forgive me?
What do you think, Auntie Ningguang?
I think it should be your choice. And yours alone.
You don't have to worry about it. We won't hate you or anything.
Well, since it's all sorted out now and nothing super bad happened, I guess it's okay. But we can't just let them off. We gotta show them you don't mess with us.
Yeah, set an example. Wait, that's
That's true. I'd certainly hate to see anyone else try to con you.
I've made up my mind. I want them to come play with us.
What?
Yeah! Now we have someone to play hide and seek with. Great idea. Let's go play hide and seek at the North Wharf.
Wait a second.
Nope. No waiting. Come on!
So full of energy.
It seems like a happy ending.
Yes, of course. I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving them alone with those two buffoons.
Isn't 3 people more than enough to play hide and seek with? I certainly think so. Me, Journal, and his sister. That's how it was when we were children, at least. Although children don't care about this, and I certainly did it when I was still young. But the fact that a lot of children's games are so vague with their rules really bug me nowadays.
Let me guess what you're thinking. You're thinking that there's not a huge difference between me turning these children into my informants and the actions of those two businessmen. Am I right?
I never actually thought that. I mean, they were the ones who approached you, not the other way around, so I don't really see how there's anything wrong with this personally.
They were completely different when I first met them. They'd run away as soon as they saw me, or they'd be shaking with nerves and unable to speak. But gradually, they stopped seeing me as someone to be afraid of, and started seeing me as someone they can trust. For my part, I did my utmost to fulfill the duties of a responsible adult. I played games with them, but I also taught them observation skills, analytical skills, how to think critically. I never taught business, though. Now, they're much further ahead in their studies, and far more mature than their peers. This has given them confidence in themselves. I think that this is beneficial to them.
I would think so.
Yes, perhaps I am. I never had the chance to receive a good education as a child. That's why I hope to teach these children myself. Hopefully, I can pass on some of what I've learned.
Oh, an underdog story.
Someday they may realize that not everything is a win-win deal, that deception and one-upmanship are facts of life. But there's nothing wrong with that. When that happens, they will be ready to face the world head-on and become exceptional businessmen and women. But until then, I am here to protect them.
So how are you raising them to be what exactly?
I will one day die. New Qixing will replace the old, and Liyue will continue to prosper. I hope the name Ningguang will live on, but not as a person, as more of a symbol. If I can pass on everything I have learned, I can create a legacy that will live on long after I am gone.
Come on, Auntie Ningguang! Hurry up!
Can't personally understand since I live in a democracy. But
We're not gonna wait forever!
Coming!
empires have their own way of thinking.
Come on, let's enjoy this while we can.
Oh boy. That's one ending done at last. Alright, I'm assuming there's also a route where we just try to be lazy as much as possible. I'm actually having a hard time finding out where all the freaking splits could possibly be here. Well, let's try seeing what the first split has to offer us first. If there's any compensation for this long-ass fucking shit I'm partaking in, at least it's been pretty peaceful so far. No fighting, which is good because this team isn't suited for such things. You can see it yourself, right? This team has very bad composition.
Before I get into as a member of the
Let's just say
Liyue, my
the
usual
opposite of
job is to,
everything.
for example, arranging her daily schedule.
Baisha has always been. I'm sure she was simply.
Think back to the topic at hand. By Xiao and by Wen, I can go through the methods I use and give you some all in a day's work for the track. Currently, there are 103. Yes, I did try. I'll go through the most important. First is the period, then a discussion with right after that, there's. Yes, you do. You need to take travel time, ample knowledge of all out. I assume this is all making sense. Unless you had any other questions at this point. Good. Then let's press on. We're tight on time already.
Wonderful. Then I'll be I'm grateful for your assist. If anything else is unclear.
Take care, Lady Ning.
What? Oh my god!
Don't you think that this schedule is a bit of a light load?
Hey, come on, why not use? You guys should have thought of this. You guys should have thought of this already. If not, something is seriously wrong with you guys. But come on, vacation's also important. Time to forget all this for now.
Yeah, that's true. Lady Ningguang has a lot of work to attend to, and frankly, she doesn't have many opportunities to rest. We do sometimes worry about her health, but her attitude is very Mora-driven. If by taking a break there's a chance she'll lose Mora, she'll never agree to it.
Hey, if you're not alive, you won't gain or there's no... Your Mora is as worthless as your non-existent life.
Huh. I see where you're coming from. Yes, you have a point.
How do I?
Alright then, let's go with your plan. I'm sure Lady Ningguang has plenty she wants to talk about with you. There's a lot of things that need doing over at the auction venue, so I will be leaving you now.
Good luck with you guys. You guys need a day off too.
I hope so too. You must be exhausted. Make sure you get an early night tonight.
It's supposed to be vacation. Now there's music playing here. That's... I knew something was off. Oh, look at that. It's already morning, so... Guess we're staying here for 24 hours. Doing nothing. It feels really weird not seeing the camera pan up to the sun before time moves like this. Also, I wish this was skippable. Maybe it has something to do with how the game's programmed. I can understand the pain, but come on. Should be standards. Wakey wakey.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing.
I hope she won't kill me for this.
Good morning. Did you sleep well? There's nothing to worry about. We just need to go through the schedule you made and tick the items off one by one.
Well, you're in luck.
So, what's item 1 on today's schedule? I imagine this must have taken Baisha completely by surprise.
You guys asked for this.
Sure. There's no harm in changing my schedule around once in a while. My schedule is usually very tightly packed, and any extra time I can squeeze out is spent on preparing for the future. So, it'll be quite nice to take a break.
You don't have vacations.
I don't often feel tired. Seeing the Mora come in has a way of making me feel quite invigorated. Still, your idea is very sensible. Mora can only lift a weary spirit. It cannot alleviate physical fatigue.
I've always been under the impression that if I was able to get my dream job, you know, being a video game developer, that I wouldn't need to worry about vacation, but yeah, I am speaking from experience. I am a game developer, and look at me. It's my dream job, and I always feel like I am in need of vacation. And now I'm so fucking depressed and afraid of coding that I haven't touched a single IDE in like 2 years. 3. I still haven't worked up the courage to open up Game Maker Studio again.
So then, the days ahead of us. Any ideas on how to spend it?
I don't know. Apparently we already know. Something you've never done before.
Something I never have the opportunity to do. Interesting.
Those options look
Before
the
I
same to me.
decide,
Please
I'd like to know, what gave you this idea?
don't tell me that option was a branch.
Because as far as most people are concerned, Mora is the key to any and all opportunities.
Money is not power. I say this a lot, and now I can preach about it even here now because Ningguang. Money is not power. It is quite the other way around. It is us who have the power. If you believe it has power, then it shall control and consume you.
Yes, you're absolutely right. This is what I appreciate about you. You see things the way they are, rather than how they appear.
I just really have a strange mind. And I see things very differently.
I want to do something a little self-indulgent. Is that okay by you?
I mean, that's what a vacation's for.
Thank you. All right, here it is. I've always thought it would be fun to recapture what life was like before I joined the Liu Qixing. I was born into a humble family, and all the wealth you see now began with a single haul of fish.
Nice, we're going fishing?
I had to. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth.
I smell something really weird right now. I know what the smell is, but I I forgot the word for it, and where is it coming from?
Fishing isn't the half of it. You'd be amazed
like
at some of the odd
alcohol
jobs I've worked
of
in
some
my
kind
time.
I'm smelling.
A lot of the old folks like to brag about how I used to be their errand runner back in the day.
Nice.
They were tough times, but I had a clear goal and plenty of motivation.
Yeah, well, isn't she just the ideal underdog story?
If I didn't make any money in the morning, I'd have no food for lunch. I guess that's why I came to be so obsessed with Mora.
Yeah, it's poor people that are the most likely to run into the contradiction, or what's the proper word for it? The misunderstanding that money is power. My mama certainly seems to think it's as such, but I am quite different. I am by no means poor. I mean, I am the son of said poor mother who believes money is power. But
I want to relive that time from my life. Feel some of that drive again. Take a trip down memory lane.
I've
So how
never
about
used
it?
money in my
Will you
entire
join
life
me?
until just a few months ago. Years. Okay, year. Just a year ago is when I started getting my own allowance. Until then, money never had any value for me. That's how I came to learn that money's value is entirely up to us. Since, to me, it had absolutely no value at all.
Great.
Anyway,
Then
let's
let me
go.
lay down the ground rules. We're not to use our status or reputation in Liyue Harbor to our advantage, and we have no starting capital.
That makes enough sense.
The goal is to see how much more we can make under these conditions.
Not a lot, but hey. Let's start by doing some odd jobs, shall we?
Okay, but working as a day laborer could be quite dull.
If it's physically strenuous, then I wouldn't personally mind.
Why don't we go down to the docks? They periodically throw out a lot of unclaimed or abandoned goods. We might find something that we can exchange for Mora.
Amazing, we're scrounging.
What does it matter? Don't worry about it. It's all part of the fun. Come on, let's go down to the docks.
A strange games rich people make. This isn't the exit. Oh, no, wait, right, fuck. The exit is all the way upstairs. I keep forgetting. That's the underground section. Right, so, we're going to the ports. Thinking of ports made me think about battleships, and now I kinda wanna play some Advance Wars. How much resin do I have now? I still haven't done my bounties and stuff. And I'd like to get as much done on a Monday. It's just part of my code. It means Monday will be the most busiest and most Genshin impact time of my life, where I spend the most time doing nothing but play Genshin. But it also means that thanks to that, I won't be spending as much time with it the rest of the week. That's part of my philosophy.
Lady Ningguang, to what do I owe the honor?
Do all the shit first so you have time for other shit. And then do all that, and then do that other shit for so you have time for other shit. And then do that other shit. Basically, one at a time. There's no use trying to cram too much in a single day. A day is too short, you'll simply be disappointed.
Are you here to inspect the goods in the warehouse? You may have to wait a moment. I must have not gotten the message.
Don't worry about us, we're poor.
Sorry, I won't be long. I'll grab all the paperwork right away.
Calm down. No need to panic. That's not why we're here.
Oh, you're just looking for me? I haven't done anything. Have I? I mean, I don't think so. All right, the periodic clearances. Yeah, I've been handling those, strictly per the protocol. I make sure I post all the necessary notices and notify every individual that I'm required to. It used to be a huge problem, but with a bit of hard work, I've managed to reduce the amount of goods we need to clear out by at least half.
Why are there so many things getting dropped in the first place?
It's hard to say. It really depends. Everyone has their own reasons. But as far as the warehouse is concerned, they all fall into these categories: unclaimed goods, damaged goods, or unpaid storage fees. As for the damaged ones, I guarantee you it's nothing to do with how they're stored. It's because some things go bad more easily than others. If it sits there in the warehouse for too long, it goes without saying that it could start to affect the other goods. But that aside, even the smell is just unbearable.
So, have you cleared out any of these goods recently?
I'm afraid we just finished clearing out all the big ones. But don't worry, Lady Ningguang. If you're here for an inspection, then I'm here to make it happen. Hang tight. I'll grab some of the smaller items for you right away.
No
Hold
need.
on. Oh,
Dang it, he was already gone.
I don't think he has quite grasped the nature of this situation.
Well, that's to be expected considering you're, you.
Lady Ningguang, I had a quick run through the list and cleared out some more items. Please, inspect them at your leisure.
Jesus.
Let me see here. Soggy food, an odd shoe, a broken mirror, small wooden toy.
And they're about what we expected, I guess.
It's a shame we missed the last clearance. We're down to the slim pickings now. Some of these are true junk, but there are a few items of value here.
Your intuition speaking here.
Take this wooden toy, for example. The wood is good quality. If you took it apart, there's quite a number of useful everyday objects that you could turn it into, with a little work.
Recycling. Contrary to popular belief, recycling doesn't always result in a better environment. All those competitions where you make clothes out of recyclable goods and stuff. Yeah, in the short term and stuff. Yeah, the term recycling is a buzzword nowadays that a lot of people can fall prey into, but always be careful when you're recycling and make sure they actually do something to the carbon footprint you leave, or whatever the fuck. I don't know anything about saving the world.
You want it? Well, sure. Take whatever you want. It's all getting thrown away anyway.
Great. This is going well.
Yes.
Yes. And once we're done, we will find a merchant to give us an appraisal of their value.
I have no idea what's going on here, and I'm not about to ask either.
Poor guy. Alright, I will be right back.
How relaxing.
I have to piss. And also, I really want something to eat. Luminingguang. I was having trouble coming up with a name for this video. How I would ship, what the shipping name for Lumin and Ningguang would be, but I finally found the idea while I was pissing. It's Luminingguang. It's perfect. Anyway, let's go see if someone wants these junk. One man's trash is another man's treasure, as the saying goes. You know, let me change my team.
Understood.
Let's put Ningguang on the team. Why don't we?
I'll take care of it.
It totally seems right. I want a better support for these two. And why not? This could work. How is she doing? These are pretty decent enough. Oh wow, look at that. That's not that bad.
Let's get this show on the road.
Why not? This is the most impractical team I've ever seen. But this is how Yunjin's meant to be played, with a lot of Geo users in your team. Yo, can I interest you in some wood? Oh, lower. Woo! Ah, I still got wet in the end.
You can't beat the apple.
Lady Ningguang, welcome to my humble store. What can I get for you?
Actually, today's a little different. I'm not here to buy anything. I wanted to ask if you could take a look at some goods for me.
Just take a look? What for?
We want to know how much they would cost?
Oh, I see. Let me take a look then. I mean, I can take them. I have a few regular customers I can talk to. They should be able to salvage the raw materials. Shouldn't take long at all. But,
Don't worry
What's
about it.
wrong? If it's too much trouble, please, there's no need to force it.
No, it's nothing like that. Well, anyway, let's talk prices. So all of these together, I'll give you 150,000 mora. How does that sound?
Did you mean to add that 1,000?
Oh, well...
No worries. The price is negotiable, of course, so we can discuss it further. If that
Ningguang, your
figure's not
network
what
is
you
getting
had
in the way.
mind, I can, bump it up a little. It'll be fine. I'm sure we can reach an agreement here.
What are your thoughts?
That's going in the out of context list. That was an amazing quote I just made. Ningguang, your net worth is getting in the way. I love what I said a little too much. Anyway, that's way too much money, obviously.
Yes. At most, these items are only worth a couple of thousand mora.
Huh? Wait a minute. So you're really here just to sell a few things? And specifically, these things? I thought that was all code for some kind of inspection or something.
Yep.
It appears so. We can't go on like this.
Yes.
Let's
this
try
vacation is
something
not going
else.
too well.
As long as we're in Liyue Harbor, this kind of misunderstanding is inevitable. If I wasn't Ningguang, Go Sonar probably wouldn't have handed all of these over to us. And you likely wouldn't be willing to buy them either.
To be completely honest, you're not wrong.
This goes against the rules we set for ourselves at the start.
It sure did. How about we go somewhere else and try to live off as an adventurer?
Are there any other ways for adventurers to make Mora besides their remuneration from the guild?
I mean, we sort of go around scrounging. Some people like to call us grave robbers, but
Great. I don't mind. Let's give it a try. Lead the way.
You two have a good one.
Adventure! Yeah! Also, Yunjin and Barbara are with us. Don't worry about it. It's not canon. Oh, that's an entire kilometer away. Where exactly are we going? The plains. Slimes. Perfect.
This must be the place. Let's do this.
Drop!
Looks like I missed a group of monsters I could have fought.
Your life is
Also,
mine.
what the hell's going on with this lag?
Give up.
Observe!
No.
Let's dance! Shake!
That takes care of them. Usually there's no primos here.
It feels like it's been a long time since I've gotten so physical.
Ignore the explosions, that's our fault.
The feeling of creating your wealth with your own two hands is just as exhilarating as ever.
I think the amount shouldn't matter, Sophia.
Yes, I'd say so. Everything starts out small. You focus on quantity at the outset, and gradually shift to focusing on quality as your wealth builds.
Advice.
And let's not forget, we started with no initial capital. It's reasonable to expect building something from nothing to be highly demanding. In any case, the sight of Mora has always had a way of improving my mood, no matter what the sum is.
Of course it does.
I intend to. I'm not ready to stop yet.
Let's keep going, adventure!
This time, let's try something a little more challenging.
Are we doing a domain or something now? I want to see something real quick. Ideally, she'd have like 2,000 defense like Noelle does. But since we're working with what we have here, press damages. I mean, these aren't all that bad. Oh, right. I forgot she makes a shield while that's being held out. And as for this, the damage increase is equal to 35% of her defense, which isn't that bad. And the skill damage is based on her attack? What? I didn't know that. Why? That's so dumb. Yeah, there's no way to increase the trigger quota. Alright, so that's 35% plus, since we have 3 Geo, an extra 7.5. For like a total of 42.5, unless it's like a multiplier, then in which case 35%, 7.5 of 35 is like, it's mostly the same, 42-ish. So that's a nice around 500 or 400 we're getting in our attack. So pretty good. I mean, it's not like Bennett or Kujo Sarah levels good, but it could get better as I level her up. Hola! Why not just try it out ourselves? Ow. Right, it's damage bonus, not attack.
Flag fly!
increase.
Ah.
Wah. Yes, I know, I didn't miss any of these treasures. This is all part of Ningguang's plot. Our characters attack slow enough. The trigger quota should be not that big of a deal.
Don't waste my time.
Wow, that doesn't deal that much damage despite being Geo.
Your life is
Good
mine.
shield. No, Ningguang!
Drop! Crumble apart! Ha! Your grand finale! Flags up!
Wanna fight me? Face to face?
It's nothing.
Rather than hiding behind that fence? Ooh, that was lovely. Yeah, how does it? It's not an attack bonus, isn't it? Normal attack. When normal attack damage is dealt to opponents, bonus damage will be dealt based on Yunjin's current defense. Oh, it's normal attack specifically, huh? So I guess she won't work. She doesn't work all that great for Ningguang since she's charge attacks. That kinda sucks, actually. Well, she'll work well enough for Ningguang, at least. Are there any Geo you
Another
guys?
satisfying haul. Ah, what a feeling.
You're not that bad at this.
That's very kind of you. But I know I'm no match for a professional adventurer like yourself. For me, a battle is just a form of exercise. A way to keep fit and use up any surplus energy.
Ignore that explosion.
Oh no, not yet. There's more Mora to be made. Hey, look! What's that hole in the ground?
Ah,
Oh, I see. So if we catch it, there's Mora for the taking? Oh, how quaint. That was your Beto impression, was it? Well, I'm afraid I'm having far too much fun to stop what I'm doing and start bickering with you, Captain. Come on, let's go get this weasel thief.
yeah, they're pretty easy enough to deal with. I wonder if I didn't have Ningguang in my party right now, would she be available as trial? What the? This is a little suspicious. Not here, either.
There it is! After it!
Bitch.
Goodness, this reminds me of fishing. Not an easy catch.
I thought fishing was more about being patient.
But we didn't let it slip away, and the haul is now ours. That's what counts. Let's see. A little over 1,000 Mora.
That's expected.
We can't do any serious business with this amount of starting capital. We need to keep working hard.
Can we take a break?
Actually, now that you mention it, I'm suddenly a little hungry. Huh. Amidst the thrill of the chase, I didn't even notice.
Well, we're in luck, Wang Shuin is just nearby. But then again, you do own that place, so...
Wang Shuin is right there, but... Same thoughts here. After how hard we worked to get our hands on this Mora, it would be a shame to eat it all in a single sitting. In which case, I think I'll take this opportunity to show you a skill that I used to be rather proud of.
Cooking?
Yes, but the rule of the game is no fishing rods allowed.
What?
We're going fishing by hand.
I mean, that's not too far from how I normally fish myself already as well.
Come on, let's go down to the river.
Hell yeah. I like this route a lot. Come on, there's a hilly, Charles. Fuck off.
Don't waste my time.
That was a lot of hydro shields. Oh, that's a lot
This
of fish.
should be enough. Let's head back to land and grill them.
Why is there so many fish here? I got it! I got an achievement for it!
Here, have a taste of my cooking. A fresh catch can go straight on the grill with minimal preparation and it tastes delicious, even with no seasoning.
That's what Manly Jack says. I forgot his name, but he's the adventurer in Mondstadt that's really enthusiastic all the time. Like, I remember taking the quiz with him, with Noel. So, Mondstadt grilled fish is the best food for an adventurer.
It's a little charred. That's on purpose. I just like how it tastes.
Yeah, I can agree.
Normally, I have to make a special request to the chef if I want it to taste like this. I'm okay. It was nothing. Back in the day, I had to hurry home after work to do my household chores. Then, in the evening, it was out to the night market with the family to support our stall.
You've always been busy, huh? And you still are. It's just different now, but it's still technically the same.
I was always meticulous with the most menial of tasks. My mother always loved that about me. But by the same token, she didn't love the idea of me leaving home and starting my own business. She thought it was just an unnecessary risk when I could just carry on helping out at home instead.
And that'd be a whole different story.
You'd be more likely to see me pulling up outside Wanmin restaurant and selling grilled tigerfish from a food cart. My childhood memories run deep. I'll always have a special affection for fish. They are confined to the water, and yet they live free, swimming around wherever the mood takes them.
Now you could say they're technically more free than us, you know? Considering 80% of the earth is water.
It is. I have greatly enjoyed experiencing the adventurer lifestyle with you.
At least until
When
we
I
fish
think
them.
back on all my hard work in the past, it motivates me to face the challenges that lie ahead in the future. That sounds great. I'm looking forward to it. But, a word of warning, I am very picky about my grilled fish. I can be a tough lady to impress.
Hehe. Alright, we got this. I have a feeling the rest are gonna be a lot quicker after this. Alright, I want to see how the girls were doing with their auction. Let me do that. Yeah, Yunjin's actually really bad to have on my team right now. Because her burst benefits no one. And wow, it actually sucks that her burst uses her normal attack. Even though her skill uses her defense. That's so weird. Anyway, I could try having Yoimiya, but Ningguang's already the DPS. Then again, it's not like elemental reactions or any help for Ningguang. Fuck it, I guess.
More companions! Hooray!
Here we go again, though.
Lady Ning.
Sorry to have kept you.
No.
Great.
Blah, blah, blah.
This is the trap. She happened to be in. Do you mind if she.
No, not at all. I've always been. Oh, I'm Luo Qiao. That's what I wanted.
Rumors?
You know. You haven't heard? Come on. And if you didn't have some sort of.
The Traveler is an even putting.
Oh,
You're comparing. I've missed out on an.
investment of.
No.
Oh, but.
If it were really. I had my secretary, so I would advise you.
I see.
In my opinion, long term, it's.
You think so too? Huh? Okay, got it. Maybe it'd be. Lady Ningguang, thank you
finished
so
the pack
much
of
for taking the
Cyclips, and
time
just
to
as
meet
I
with
thought-
me today.
Good.
I want another
Now
one.
I see why you were. You think
Thankfully,
clearly.
I did indeed
You were-
bring
We've been
2
listening
packs of
for a
Skyflakes.
while. Has it sparked an interest in the business world? That means you also have a good head on your shoulders and the ability to learn rapidly. If you are in need of Mora, you should absolutely consider doing business.
I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you. This lunch was everything I was hoping for and more. I can't wait to try out everything I've learned.
See you next time. I'll look forward to hearing good news from you soon. Right then. Lunch is over. I'm a little concerned. Good.
Check on
Then
them.
let's do that. There are some slippery characters among the bidders, you see.
I kinda figured.
So, even though my secretaries are very capable and experienced, I still can't help worrying for them a little. Come on. The auction is being held at Eugene Terrace.
I wonder if the trial Ningguang would have been better than the Ningguang I have here. How are her stats? Ooh, look at that. That's lovely. That is super lovely. Look at that. Those are some really good stats all around.
Enjoy your meal.
Why is Ningguang so fucking good? Why do I have her built so good, and why does she still suck anyways? What level is she? If I poured a little more at her talents and stuff, she might be even better. This is so slow. You have no idea how used I am now to having Rosaria and the 2 Animo bonus. What's going to happen when Dendro becomes... What would their freaking thing become? I have a feeling the element's going to be mostly specializing in support, so... If it's gonna be another healing specialist type element like Hydro, oh my. Yo guys, came to check on ya. How y'all doing?
Lady Ningguang, what brings you here? I couldn't help but feel a little concerned, so I just came to see how everything is going.
We're about ready, and people are starting to arrive. I think we should be able to start on time.
Very good. I think I'll host the auction myself.
Change of plans?
You want to do it yourself?
Yes.
My schedule!
Just in case anything untoward happens. I can take care of it myself.
Then we'll leave the auction itself to you. But we'll be sure to lend our full support behind the scenes.
Have you attended an auction before?
No.
Well, would you like to participate this time? You don't have to bid, of course. Just experience the atmosphere.
I mean, why not? Even if I did try to join the auction, I have no doubts I would lose.
All right then. Feel free to take a look around the venue before it kicks off. check out the items up for bidding and see if there's anything you might be interested in.
What the hell is in this place that you guys would be in such a doozy?
Anything Lady Ningguang used to own is sure to be worth a significant amount of money. So even if the price is a little inflated, it should still be fine.
Oh my god, you're really just here to buy some souvenirs and waste your money.
I can't see anything that particularly interests me. Lady Ningguang must know what she's doing, though. I'm sure she has her reasons.
Whatever they are, they're beyond me.
Did you bring plenty of Mora with you? Let's put it this way. Anything you can snag in one of Lady Ningguang's auctions is practically Mora in the bank. The more you take home, the bigger your fortune.
Who is he talking to? Bruh.
While we're waiting for the auction to begin, feel free to check out the lots or just stretch your legs. Maybe you'll find something that catches your eye.
Bruh. This entire thing reeks. I missed that. I never knew how much I missed the thing until I finally got it back.
It's about time to start. Find yourself somewhere to sit and we'll kick things off.
I have a question.
Yes? What is it?
What the hell are you auctioning?
That's for you to make a considered judgment on.
Ah!
It's precisely what makes auctions so interesting, don't you think? Until the bids exceed the value of the item you're after, you can keep raising the price. If the bids go beyond what you can accept, then you let someone else take it. Perhaps this does not result in what you might call a fair price, but what it does do is identify the person who values the item the most.
I don't get it.
Yes, you should look forward to it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm doing a bad job
The
catching
first
all
lot
my
is a
freaking
teacup from my
plates.
personal collection. Bids starting at 10,000 Mora. That's 10,000 Mora for the teacup.
What?
20,000!
What?
30,000.
What?
50,000.
I...
80,000. 80,000 over here.
I'll raise that to 100,000!
This form of auction is very primitive.
120.
All right, 150,000. Anyone else want to keep going now?
I want to keep these. I want to keep the money for leveling up Yunjin. Thank you very much.
150 once?
170?
At this point, we're gonna get to freaking 500.
180,000.
180 once? 180 twice? 180. Sold!
It's mine now.
Bruh.
Okay then. Moving straight on to the next lot.
These people have no idea how much money they are wasting. You know what they are? They're nothing more than just absolute simps. I need to turn on auto. My
You
hands
seem
are
to
too
be
busy.
getting quite into it. What a shame that you didn't manage to go home with anything.
I didn't actually try auctioning anything. Anyway, this entire thing reeks.
Of course it did. That's because I didn't come here to sell my things. I'm sure you must find it quite odd that all these everyday items could fetch such a huge price at auction. Since you're curious, why not go and talk to the buyers? I'm sure they'll give you the answers you're looking for.
Sure, I hope I get good answers. I need to charge my phone. I should have done that while I was playing this Hangout event.
Today wasn't my day. Didn't manage to snag much. There were too many bidders, and they all seemed like experts to me. I guess I'll just have to wait for the next auction. Someday, I'll be the lucky one.
Honestly, when it comes to this kind of bidding though, there's no skill involved. Just have the most money.
Huh? You want to know why I paid so much? Well, it's pretty obvious, isn't it? Because the previous owner was Lady Ningguang.
You're a simp.
Sure, the item may look pretty ordinary, but that's probably just because I'm not a connoisseur, so I don't know how to appreciate it. But I figured I'd buy it first, then go get it appraised by an expert. Then I'll be rich.
Oh no, you're genuinely an idiot. You sure were on a roll.
I may have paid an arm and a leg for this, but in the end, I got the result I wanted.
Were they really worth it for you?
Nothing of Ningguang's could ever be overinflated.
No.
I'm far from the only buyer who believes that owned by Ningguang is worth paying a premium for. So how much I make just depends on how many people are even bigger fans of Ningguang than I am.
Bruh. Simp.
Well, did you find the answer yet?
It seems these people are completely infatuated with you, Ningguang.
That's certainly part of it. But every bidder will have noticed that none of these items have a particularly high going rate on the market in and of themselves. Despite this, they were all willing to pay very dearly for them. I wonder, is faith in me really the only factor in their appraisal of the item's value?
It seems so.
You'll see shortly. The one who spent the most money will surely be the quickest to realize. If all I wanted to do was make some quick mora by exploiting their blind faith in me, I have a million more effective ways of achieving that than hosting an auction.
I'm sure you do.
Every participant in this auction was handpicked by me, based on certain intelligence.
Lady Ningguang, something doesn't seem quite right with the items from today's auction.
You just figured that out now?
As unlikely as this sounds, and please forgive me for even bringing it up, but I had to ask. You weren't selling counterfeits today, were you?
What?
Counterfeits? Absolutely not. What motive would anyone have for making copies of things like these?
Exactly.
They are simply ordinary items, and there was no coercion or enticement during the auction. Every bid was voluntary.
Even yours, you can attest to that.
Because we trusted you. Everyone knows that you love Mora, but we also know that you made your fortune through honest means, as opposed to scamming people.
You seem to have entered into dangerous linguistic territory there. You should know that unless you have evidence to support your outlandish claims, I am legally entitled to sue you for slander. Of course, if you have any genuine grievances about the auction, the lots, or the process, please enlighten me as to where exactly I went wrong.
You... Fine. Yes, technically it was all legitimate. Guess all I can do is take the loss. But if word gets out about today's auction, people are gonna start seeing you as a con artist. No one would dare do business with you after that.
No, they'll just see you as a fool.
I guess what I'm saying is this really in your best interests?
Let me
You should
answer
be
that with
asking
a
that.
question. You claim that you were willing to pay a high price because you trusted me. But is that really the full story?
Yeah, there's something you're after, isn't there?
What do you mean? What else could it be?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps it could be something to do with a lost item from the original Jade Chamber collection that has quietly made its way into your hands. When the Jade Chamber fell, countless valuable items from my collection plunged into the sea. I organized a salvage operation, but still there were many items unaccounted for. A considerable number of these made their way back into Liyue Harbor through means unbeknownst to me, and passed through several pairs of hands before finally ending up in yours, and those of your fellow bidders today.
Wait, you mean...
Yes. Everyone attending the auction today is in possession of lost property belonging to me. Or, to put it another way, they were all people who have had a taste of something that was mine and convinced themselves that I am someone to be taken advantage of. So I ask you again, your high bidding price, was it motivated by trust, or was it greed? The sole reason I held this auction is to reclaim my treasured possessions. If you are willing to return what is mine, I will refund all the money you spent in the auction today.
All right, fine. I guess I'll return it. You drive a hard bargain like everyone says. I'll go and get it right now. Please just wait here.
Despite his bad attitude, he cooperated in the end. Good for him. The issue was that all items of mine that have been fished out of the sea have changed hands numerous times already. Determining who has legal ownership would be an extremely long-winded process, with each item being assessed on a case-by-case basis. Even Yenfei says she'd have a difficult time defending my claims. I could have bought them back, but it's not in my nature to pay twice for the same thing. Least of all, when they'd be looking to make a handsome profit from my misfortune. After making some inquiries, I found them to be most uncooperative, so I had to resort to this auction to finally put a stop to all this nonsense.
Well, you certainly have a way of making things flashy.
I just wanted my things back. Hardly an unusual sentiment. At most, a little childish perhaps. Which is another reason why I didn't tell anybody about my plan. What do you think it was about the Jade Chamber that defeated Osile?
I mean, based on my current understanding of how force and power is made, I would assume it all had to do with the fact that it was fucking humongous.
Well, I think it was a combination of the weight and the energy it contains. Its great weight meant that it hit Osile with incredible force, while the energy within triggered that spectacular explosion. Every piece of the Jade Chamber, from the stone walls and wooden beams down to the smallest ornament, contributed to its total weight. But in the end, they became objects of merchants' greed. It's hard not to get a little irked thinking about it.
We can be petty.
Thank you for understanding. Now I've got one of my items back. Let me show you what makes it so special. The secrets of history shine through in the relics that survive. And this one now has the story of another age to tell.
People are fucking appraising her own fucking items. Makes me sick. Alright, looks like the rest of the endings are in here. There's 3 whole splits. How the hell can this possibly work?
Come on, we can do it!
Honestly, why am I leveling up Yunjin? Who the hell could she work for? Rosaria, Yoimiya, Hu Tao, Catching maybe? Might work really well. But then again, Toryu tells me I'm better off charge attacking with her. And honestly, she deals so little damage. Even if you try to maximize the damage you can get to get the most out of your elemental mastery, I'd say you're still just wasting your stamina. But what do I know? I'm the idiot here who was trying to level up Xinyan. God, I'm gonna have to do that like 2 more times.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? That's good. So, what's item 1? I imagine this must have taken back. Sure. My schedule is usually very tight, so it'll be quite nice to take a. I don't often feel. Still, your idea. So then.
Okay, so is this going to
Something
split?
I never have time for. Ah, have you played the chess game I made? Or heard of it, perhaps?
Wait. Nah, that can't be it.
It's called Liyue Millennial, based on classic chess, but with different rules.
Is it literally just shogi?
When I was designing it, I wanted it not only to be a fun game, but also to capture Liyue's culture in a unique way.
It's shogi.
So I introduced a lot of concepts that aren't part of traditional chess, as well as different chess pieces and even boards.
If the board is a hexagon instead of a square, I'm gonna like it immediately. A lot.
I'm constantly revising and expanding it. So far, there are over 30 editions.
Oh no! This isn't shogi. This is fucking, what do you call it? Ludo. No, not Ludo. White Lotus. Yeah. I was hoping I'd avoid it, but here goes. I'm thinking of Avatar. Because there's like a board game there that Uncle Iroh likes to play. And that one also is pretty ambiguous with its rules because it's had so many renditions. Anyway,
True.
complicated.
That's one reason why it's been difficult to catch on.
You just gotta advertise it some more. I'm sure it'll work.
But I don't feel that
But
making
also,
it easier to learn
alternatively,
is
how about-
necessarily a good thing.
How about you find one rendition you like and you know, finish your damn game rather than trying to make people do it when it's clearly still just a beta.
Isn't one of the joys of playing chess to continually learn and progress through a complex set of rules?
Yeah, people. Chess is such an old game. Everyone knows all 1 quadrillion, 9 quadrillion million bazillion possible combinations there are, and it's just about whether or not you know more than your opponent nowadays. That's the competitive meta.
I think the key will be to make something that easily catches the attention of people who haven't played much chess before.
Getting pretty late already. Turn on the lights.
I'm planning to make a new set with the board and pieces based on the battle for Liyue. One side will play the Guardians of Liyue Harbor. The other side will play the Fatui and Osile.
Really, it's one of those competitive games where both sides are have different. There's a term for it. Unequal, uncooperative. I don't remember. God, I'm just forgetting all of my words today. Anyway, it sounds cool.
No problem. I will let you try it out as soon as I finish the prototype. I want to make each of the chess pieces of Liyue Millennial as true to life as possible. And no Guardians of Liyue chess set would be complete without you, would it?
And me?
I am indeed. Many of them, in fact. My thinking was that only people who pre-order the chess set at full price will be eligible to receive the limited edition Traveler chess piece.
Oh no, she's thinking like a real game dev. She's thinking like MiHoYo. They're writing based on experience here.
It seems only fitting for someone of your status.
I'm the marketing plan.
Naturally, since you are the face of that historic event. I intend to make chess pieces for everyone who was involved that day, including myself.
How about the Jade Chamber? That'd be a great piece to add.
Everyone who owns this chess set will preserve this moment in history in a vivid and compelling form.
Sounds real lucrative.
Then it's decided. Come with me. To make this chess piece, I need to take some measurements.
What? What measurements? Considering there's 2 other splits and there's 2 endings remaining left to get, this should be easy enough. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Alright, I'm actually tired of flying to Liyue from here. Actually, I made the calculation, there's no difference. I'm just gonna continue flying. Both are going to equally take just as much time. Unless I'm wrong, but come on. You gotta admit this is pretty fun. Of course, you're just watching me, so for you this is annoying. But if you're me, then you gotta love this feeling. Soaring high up into the air like this and flying real fast with the fan. It's a nice indulging thing. And breaking your bones like that. Yinger! What are you doing in my...
Lady Ningguang and the Traveler.
You already know each other?
You could say that.
Oh, I think it goes a little deeper than that. I don't teach my hard-earned skills to just anyone, you know. There's a word for people like you, who are warm 1 minute and cold the next. Fickle.
You seem to be in a good mood today.
As
She's
ever,
in a horny
there's
mood.
nothing special about today, but seeing you two has definitely perked me up. All jokes aside, how can I be of service today?
Remember the custom chess pieces I told you about? I'd like you to take her measurements today.
What?
Whatever business I'm in, I am first and foremost a woman of many talents. Don't you remember when I taught you how to make perfume? There was no porcelain involved in that. As it happens, I am a skilled tailor as well. What can I say? I'm in the prime of my youth and I love all beautiful things. Is that so strange?
Well, apparently,
Linar is every bit as proficient as
you
any
talk
of the
like
top tailors in the
Skazzo
land.
as well.
I've availed myself of her services many times before.
Because of your youth.
Oh, I'm
Apparently,
sorry.
being youthful
I'm just
means you talk like
realizing that the
Skazzo.
traveler only thinks I'm good at one thing. I see how it is. In
No,
which
please,
case,
I understand. This
you'll
isn't
find all
necessary.
the tools you could need in the room. Please, help yourselves. I'll stay outside and mind my own porcelain business, as you quite rightly suggested.
Huh? What are you expecting me to do here?
Ningguang, we don't have to do what she
I
says.
think the traveler is the one you should be asking about that.
Stop what you're doing right now.
I'm kidding. It's hard not to tease when you're both so well matched.
Oh no,
Come on then, step inside and I'll examine your body from tip to toe.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of something. What is it? What? Do it yourself. Why? What are you doing? That's my mom, by the way. I'm talking to my mom. She's asking me to go fetch something because she can't do it herself, apparently. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Fine, I'll be right back. This'll be quick. First a piss break and now a break to go fetch someone's stuff. That whole marching, whatever business is something I'd rather not remember. Too many sexual innuendos.
If I hear any strange new rumors after this, you will be my #1 suspect.
No, I'm pretty sure it should be Yinger.
Rumors about the traveler or the chess piece?
Oh good, she was indeed talking to Yinger.
Either. Both are confidential.
Don't worry, I know where the line is. I'd never take a joke too far. Secrets are only fun when they're kept secret.
I hope for your sake there even is a line.
Just enough with the ambiguous phrasing, okay? You'll give people the wrong idea. Forget it. Let's just go.
Yes, please.
You're always welcome at Scent of Spring. Come again, anytime.
How do you deal with her, Ningguang?
I slightly regret bringing you here.
Me too.
It doesn't bother me. I just hope she didn't make you feel too awkward. Now that your measurements are taken, let's go to Mingxing Jewelry and put an order in.
The jewelry again. What the hell's going on here?
New stock at Sigu Antique?
Oh, whoops, wrong person. Wait, what? I'd like to buy some antiques. Oh, useless! I've never been to that shop.
Hello, Lady Ningguang. What can I do for you today?
That chess piece I told you about? We can start work now. I have the traveler's measurements here.
Okay, let me just double check. Looks good. This has all the measurements we need. I'll pass them on to the craftsman shortly.
Increase the price.
Good. And as agreed, please use top-grade materials only.
Not to mention
of course,
mass
we
production.
are professionals, and we
to
will
be
do
sold.
everything we can to deliver the high
Not to
standard
mention
you
how much
expect.
they'll probably cost for the consumer.
Although, speaking to you as a friend, I have to tell you that the sale price you indicated won't even cover the cost of production. I don't mean just the material costs either. Waiting around for top quality materials drags out the production time and also reduces the total quantity we can produce.
That's okay. This one is not for profit. With every previous set, there's always been some degree of commercial or marketing considerations to bear in mind, but this one serves more of a commemorative purpose. To that point, as you know, the prototype of the Jade Chamber chess piece has been in the works for a long time, but I haven't once followed up on the progress.
Oh yeah, baby, I knew there would be a Jade Chamber.
Yes, and just like your piece, the Jade Chamber piece will be scaled for the game.
That's...
Yes, it's a challenging project, but also, not-for-profit is really not something I ever expected from Lady Ningguang.
Yep.
How do I put it? It just seems out of character.
In business, everything comes down to profits versus losses. You have to keep a cool head and make rational judgments. In other words, you must be shrewd. But shrewdness is easily perceived as cynicism in the eyes of others. People come to think of you as someone who cares only about money and not people.
Yes.
Hardly the worst thing in the world, of course. But it has caused obstacles for me in the past.
I suffer from a similar problem, I can relate. Although rather than suffering from shrewdness, I suffer from being a lot like Toe from Mary Skelter Finale. I'm way too skeptical. That's the word I was looking for, I finally remembered.
Well, for example, I once had a case where someone backed out of a deal with me to sell to someone else. We were both offering the exact same terms. It was simply because they didn't like me very much.
Well, aren't they very
Another case is
base?
where I offered distinctly more competitive terms in an investment, and this ended up arousing their suspicion. That Ningguang, they thought. She must be up to something. We can't let her get away with it.
I see.
But these problems disappeared all but completely after the battle against Osile. Why? Because the whole of Liyue witnessed me destroying my Jade Chamber. At least, that's the most reasonable.
Oh,
Oops.
I get
Whoops.
it. You're saying that back when you sacrificed the Jade Chamber, you gained everyone's respect in return.
That was an accident. I am so sorry. I was saying something. What was I saying? Yes, everyone there discovered that the destruction of the Jade Chamber must have most likely definitely been a net negative and an unexpected outcome. Clearly, Ningguang's day was ruined.
You're not seeking to make a profit from these chess pieces because what you're commemorating is your personal contribution to Liyue Harbor. It was the deal of the century, and as long as you keep capitalizing on it, business will be plain sailing for you in the future.
Yes, exactly. Very to the point.
That's not what I wanted to say, but
Truly
sure.
a brilliant strategy, Lady
That's what Ningguang was thinking.
You really are a business mastermind. Now I understand why this set needs to be so perfect and why it's okay that it doesn't turn a profit.
It will be a lot of work, and I'm most grateful to you. Make sure the Traveler's piece is exactly how she wants it. We can't go letting her down.
Don't you worry. We'll put our all into it.
Well, that's that then. Let's head back to the Jade Chamber. There's something I want to discuss with you.
That sounds foreboding. Also, is there a way to get back to the Jade Chamber without teleporting? I'm sure there has to be, right? It'll be a bit of time walking all the way, but who cares? We've already spent this much time. What's a little more? Sunk cost fallacy, bitch. Because you've already spent so much resources. What's spending a little more gonna do? No. There is a time to cut losses and accept defeat. But clearly that's not what I'm doing right now. I am very aware of what I'm doing, and no, I'm not gonna do something about it. Alright, so the last time we were able to get into the Jade Chamber, we used this. Or at least, there's something we could have used here, unless I'm mistaken and I'm in the wrong area. But as far as I'm concerned, look at all these place lilies. It seems the only way to get back to the Jade Chambers by teleport. What's up?
I have a question for you, and I'd like to hear your honest opinion. And I, in turn, will tell you how I really think.
Sounds fair.
When we were at Mingxing Jewelry, I admitted that my decision to sacrifice the Jade Chamber was a calculated one. I had already considered what I stood to lose and to gain.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot.
When you heard that, did it make you think that maybe I really was a cynical profit chaser after all?
You were thinking about yourself and stuff. It's understandable, honestly. I knew it was all calculated. Anyone like you wouldn't just sacrifice something like that unless they knew they could make it up somehow.
Yes, well, at the time, it seemed to me that sacrificing the Jade Chamber was the inevitable decision.
How? How do you come to that conclusion? Oh, there's this giant water god that's coming to destroy us all. It seems like the only logical plan is to use this fucking giant floating house I made as a fucking weapon. Who comes up with that? I mean, it worked, but what the
All that talk about making up for my losses was really just to console myself. I was lying to Xingxi.
Yeah, I knew that.
My decision to destroy the Jade Chamber was nowhere near as thought through as I made it out to be. I just thought we should do what needed to be done, and this was a decision that only I could make.
Yeah, I could already tell that you're not really all that great at making decisions.
Afterwards,
But
I
that's
consoled
fine.
myself by reasoning that
You're
all
not
my wealth comes
perfect.
from Liyue Harbor. So, to
Just
lose
like
Leo
how
Harbor
Elon
is to
Musk
lose
thought it was
everything.
a good idea to name his
In
child
that sense, giving up the
whatever the
Jade
fuck
Chamber
he
would be
named
a
it.
profitable investment in the long term.
Or whatever, I don't know. I might be spouting lies here because I don't know anything. But apparently there's like his name like XE40 something.
But it just didn't work. I was grief-stricken. Like a huge part of my heart was suddenly missing. Because I had just severed ties with a lifelong companion. I stared out at the sea for goodness knows how long. I just couldn't let it go. I just couldn't.
Sounds like you need therapy.
There was no way I could console myself. So why bother trying? But as time went by, I received so many thank you gifts and letters from people. Everyone was describing how they now saw me in a new light, how I'd become an inspiration to them. I gave up the Jade Chamber without a moment's hesitation, and I did it for the sake of Leo Harbor. And now, people are inspired to follow my example, to tackle their life challenges with the same unswerving determination. All of this was so encouraging to hear. It made me feel that my dear old companion's sacrifice was not in vain.
I mean, it wasn't in the first place already, even before that. Anyway, so why did you feel the need to lie?
Because, to most people, the idea that Lady Ningguang is someone who battles with grief and struggles to let go of the past is probably the furthest thing from the truth that they could imagine.
Yep, they all seem to see you as some sort of Mary Sue.
This is one aspect of the truth that I can share only with you. The fact that I can't always be as strong as everyone thinks I am.
You did good. You were the best. You were great. Maybe even the best. There we go, that was the proper quote.
Thank you for your comforting words. It feels good even just to be able to talk about it. I'm sorry that you have to see me in this state. But look where I am now, standing on the deck of the Jade Chamber once more, taking in the view. It must be fate's reward to me.
And there's a whole set of philosophical things you could talk about this rebuilt Jade Chamber, but I am of course talking about the Theseus' ship, if anyone is familiar with that.
And if I end up having to do it all over again in the future, I will not hesitate to make the same decision again.
Alright, we got one ending left. We can do this, guys. Just in time for dinner. Yes. My god, to think I started this back at 16 o'clock and now here I am. It's almost dinner time. My god, I hate this. Come on. I still don't remember what it was I wanted to talk about. I think I wanted to respond to something Ningguang was saying, but I forgot. It brings me no end of grief thinking about this. And there's no point to rewatching the video in hopes of trying to remember, because even if I do, well, the video's already done by then. Why do I just keep forgetting everything right now for Ningguang dating sim? Well, truth be told, there is something on my mind I've been wanting to do for all of today, but just haven't had the time to do yet. So, maybe that's affecting me in some way.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? Oh, how strange. Me too. I'm joking, of course. I slept like a baby. Sorry to disappoint you.
I was never expecting anything.
So, what's item 1 on today's... I imagine this must have... Sure. My schedule is so it'll be quite nice to take a... I don't often feel...
I need to make sure I don't accidentally fuck this up. Here we go. Something you don't have the opportunity to do.
Something I never have the opportunity... interesting. Because as far as most people are concerned, Mora is the key to any and all opportunities. Yes, you're absolutely right. This is what I appreciate about you. You see things the way they are, rather than how they appear. I want to do something a little self-indulgent. Thank you. All right, here it is. I've always thought it would be fun to recapture what life was like before I joined the Liu Qixing.
I'm not sure whether or not I'm branching here or not.
I was born into a humble family, and fishing isn't the half. A lot of the old folks like to brag about how I used to be. They were tough times. If I didn't make any money, and I want to relive that time for my life. So how about it? Will you join me? Great. Then let me lay... We're not to use our status, or... The goal is to see how much more...
Oh, here we go. Northland Bank.
I can see why you'd suggest that. You're thinking I could use my knowledge of how Mora works to my advantage and make a lot of money there. But Northland Bank is a special case. I rather suspect I would not be welcome there.
I can guess.
Yes, and also... Never mind. I'll just show you. It won't eat up too much time.
What?
I expect they still hold a grudge against me to this day.
Double what? Up to the Fatui Rand Bank we go. Doesn't Child technically run that place as well? We're technically friends. Ah, shit! I'm sure half the time of this video could have been reduced if I just stopped doing this, but come on, man, it's so much fun. Just this. Look at that water. It looks really nice. Of course, water isn't actually that blue, but come on, it looks nice. Oh, lag! I got scared there. What up? Yo.
Lady Ningguang. I would hope that you're not here to create further trouble for the Fatui.
Hello to you too, Ekaterina.
With all due respect, too much official pressure will risk driving our bank out of business.
There's no need to be so hostile. I'm just here to talk business. So, are you in business or not?
That depends on the proposal, and it's not my decision alone. But first, tell me, why should we believe that you really are here for business?
Well, how's this schedule that I made, or, someone made?
Because if you're here to make us suffer huge losses like last time, then I'm sorry, but none of us here can afford that.
Straight to the point, I see. Works for me. Traveler, we're leaving. Let's not waste any more of our time here.
Agreed.
Do you see what I mean now? Their attitude was just as I expected. That's for sure. Although our diplomatic relations with Snezhnaya haven't broken down completely. I dealt them a rather ruthless blow with the size of the reparations payment I imposed. This sum was paid by Northland Bank, so they are still wary of me to this day. Yes, with some exceptions, but that is more or less correct. If you encounter them in any other nations during your travels, be on your guard. They are more than just a commercial organization.
I already knew about that.
That's okay. My intention here was to show you some of the repercussions of that great battle. But that's quite enough politics for today. Let's get back to our fun little survival game.
Nani? I always sent something.
Now that you mention it, yes. We're being watched.
Oh boy, of course.
What are they plotting this time? My thoughts exactly. But we need to be discreet. If they realize we're onto them, then we'll lose the element of surprise. Let's act natural, determine who our tail is, then lure them somewhere more deserted so we can catch them. Keep moving, just walk forward at a normal pace and don't do anything to give away that we suspect anything.
Yare, yare.
The key here is consumer psychology. The Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast. You like cuisine disgusting.
You and cuisine will surely prevail in this year's Master Chefs.
Okay, I think we have a few potential suspects. There's a lot of foot traffic here, but if you look closely, you'll see only a handful of people have been watching us constantly. But I'm still not sure which of them is our tail. Agreed.
Keep going for now.
Whoever it is will continue to follow us.
Your tall legs are too much for me.
The key here is consumer psychology.
I think we've narrowed it down a little further. But let's stay calm until we're 100% sure. It shouldn't take much longer.
Sure won't. Oh, that was Discord. That was my Discord, by the way. Hold on, I'm busy doing stuff with Ningguang right now. Hello there, suspicious person. You're literally called suspicious person. This bridge seems like a good enough spot.
I think I have the answer.
Yep.
Let's get out of his line of sight and sneak up on him. Don't get the wrong person, though, or all our efforts will have been for nothing.
Nanny. Well, hopefully I won't be losing too much progress if I get things wrong. Anyway, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
What's the matter?
Wrong guy. He got away.
Dang it. Alright, how much do I need to do again? Okay, good. Thank you, MiHoYo.
What are you doing?
Come now. Did you really think we wouldn't notice you sneaking around?
What? I'm not doing anything.
Come clean.
I don't know what scheme Northland Bank has in the works, and I don't know what they're paying you. But let's make a deal. How cooperative you are now decides how much immunity I give you when this gets investigated. Or do you seriously think Northland Bank won't throw you to the wolves when push comes to shove? Why don't you weigh the pros and cons and give me a clear answer before I retract my offer?
Sorry, Lady Ningguang. My assignment was just to follow you, I promise, that's it. When you showed up unannounced at Northland Bank, everyone was instantly on high alert. We figured you must be up to something, but your brief conversation left us none the wiser as to your intentions. We couldn't just overlook it. We had to get to the bottom of it before we could put our minds at rest.
Dang, they really hate you.
I know they're wary of me, but this is still an overreaction, surely. This all feels very suspicious. There must be more to this than he is letting on. I only took you there to demonstrate how tense things are. Somehow we only tested the waters, but ended up with the catch of the day. Is there anyone else following us besides you?
Yes. They would have seen this and reported back.
Then we need to get moving. The longer they have to react, the fewer clues they'll leave behind.
Is this okay to rush?
No time. I'll just have to improvise. Keep him with you. Do not let him slip away.
This was somehow longer than Yunjin's event. How annoying. We just wanted to have a vacation, you fucking fucks.
Are you saying that Ningguang hasn't done anything? Impossible. She wouldn't have shown up here out of the blue without good reason. Keep investigating. We must ascertain her intentions.
Sup?
So much commotion. This must be an important meeting.
Oh, great.
It looks like I wasn't supposed to be privy to the contents of this particular meeting. This simplifies things.
So, you are here to investigate us after all. Where did you get wind of this?
That doesn't matter. What matters is that I made a brief and inconsequential visit, and your first reaction was to immediately arrange a sizable surveillance operation with myself as the target. You couldn't have advertised your guilty conscience more clearly if you'd tried. You may as well come clean. You know I will not turn a blind eye to any violation of the rules in Liyue Harbor.
Even if we cooperate with her investigation, she's bound to find problems even where there are none. Well, if you're such a stickler for the rules, you can carry out your investigation by the book. The Northland Bank has no obligation to cooperate, even with a member of the Liyue Qixing.
Fine by me. Then I'll take my time. But you'll be begging to tell me everything by the time I'm through.
Bruh. Oh, so much for a nice vacation with that ending. Oh, I can't believe that was the final one. That was actually the lamest ending, in my opinion. The first one I did, was basically my favorite. So I feel kind of bad that I made that one my first. But yeah, that's it for Ningguang's story event. That covers all of the new dating sims and story contents that came out for this new version of Genshin. Overall, I mean, I have some grievances. Like, obviously, there's the fact that they all take way too goddamn long. But, I mean, I guess they were good. But it really is just such a problem. And Ningguang as a character review, I guess. I don't know. I kinda hate her, honestly, but dang! She ain't that bad. I mean, who wouldn't want someone like her as a waifu? That's for me, though. Like I said, money has no value to me. Whether or not you're rich or you're not, as long as you don't fucking suck to hang around with, you'll be fine. Even your gender does not matter. Or your age. Except maybe it should, because I swear I'm not a lolicon. Oh, sure. Someone's knocking on the door. Oh god, it's the FBI. Oh no!